Welcome back to Kopites Unfiltered. How are we doing, Scott? It's been a good
Very
couple of
warm,
weeks.
mate. Yeah, I'm roasting, mate. I'm not lie to you.
That was actually my next question. How are you coping with the heat?
You know what? I'm not too bad today or yesterday evening. We got a bit of breeze around here then. But like I just said to you then, I was training last night. It was like a sauna in there. You couldn't breathe. It's like it's like an old unit warehouse that we're training. There's no aircon. We're like one of the tiniest fans ever. But you couldn't breathe at all. Actually, when we come out of training, it said it around 26 degrees then. But it actually, because it was that hot in there, I come out and I felt cold. I felt freezing. That's how hot it was in there. But yeah, not been too bad apart from that.
Yeah. So what have you thought of the World Cup so far? Group stages are just about done, aren't they?
You know what? I've enjoyed the matches. Only thing what I found it very difficult to keep up with it because of the time difference.
Yeah.
Like I just said to you off camera then, I didn't really see any results last night apart from Scotland one because obviously I had training, then I got home, watched the Scotland game, then I went to bed. But there were like another good 4 matches overnight, and it's just very hard to keep up to date in that sense. You kind of got to go out your way to keep up to date, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. It's like to be honest with you, the only games I've watched is I watched Mexico. I've watched the England game, like the first Mexico game. I watched the England games and the Scotland game last night. Most of the time, because we're up so early, I'm up at like 5:30 in the morning. So I watched a lot of the highlights back.
Yeah.
There's been a few people that have impressed me though, and a few people that have disappointed me, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, Spain have dropped points when they shouldn't have. Brazil have dropped points. You know, all the big nations you thought would walk it have all dropped points.
Yeah, I think it's been a cocktail of many things. I think when you look at the teams what have dropped points, a lot of the times they're playing against lesser opposition. But I think they're playing against more physical teams and more teams what are climatised conditions. So obviously it's not the be all and end all, but it's a big advantage. Like for example, when Spain played Cape Verde were physically fantastic and just dug in deep. I think you saw the same when England played Ghana. They, to a man, they didn't lose any duels basically, and they just kept going till 90th minute. I remember the punditry at half time. I think it was Joe Hart saying, "Oh, they'll tire soon, Ghana." I'm thinking, there's only one team what's tiring here, man. It ain't the Ghanaians, pal. It is not. It's the lads from Salford, I bet, or from Yorkshire or London. I'm not used to it.
No, exactly. I mean, it is so difficult because these big nations, when they'll come up against the little nations, the little nations don't want to. They want to go catch them on counter attacks, don't they? So they'll put 10 men behind the ball, and then they'll go on quick counter attacks.
Yeah, I think that's the same with England. Like, I think England are set up to be a counter attack team as well. I think when England play against some of your better teams, it might suit them a bit more because you can get the likes of Rashford, Saka, Madueke, Gordon running into space. But against Ghana, there was no space whatsoever to run into.
No.
I think it happened. I think one of the best things when Portugal played Congo, domestic Congo, and they played, finished 0-0, and the defenders just basically man-marked Ronaldo out of the game. Just were physical. They showed him no respect. They were kicking him. They were shoving him. And I remember actually on our preview, I said the problem is with Portugal, they played too much through Ronaldo. And I think in the first game we saw that a lot. And they played, obviously, the other day they won 5-0. If you actually saw, they didn't play as much through him. They used some of the other attacking players they've got. And it actually didn't just benefit the team. It benefited Ronaldo as well because he popped up with 2 goals. So it's like, I think they may have fixed them issues now moving forward. But yeah, it's been entertaining to see some of the other teams, pick up points. I mean, who Uruguay played the other day? They nearly lost. Right now, you have to bear with me. I can't remember who they played.
I can't remember either. Was it Algeria or something? No.
Cape Verde. 2-2. And Cape Verde drew with Spain in first game, 0-0. and there were 2-2 against Uruguay. But Cape Verde took lead in that game. I actually stayed up and watched it. And yeah, it's just good to see these nations doing well. I'm not necessarily winning, but they're giving the bigger teams more problems than what they think they probably would have done. So yeah, it's been good in that sense.
I think my only problem is I think it's been entertaining, but I think there's been too many draws in the group stages. I mean, I was disappointed with Scotland last night. I didn't think. I think they give the ball away too cheaply. I mean, two of their first 2 goals were really poor. I mean, even Vinicius Junior had one chalked off, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was annoying. Poor defending.
Well, I think if you look at obviously they conceded 3 last night and the one against Morocco as well, they're all avoidable goals.
Yeah.
They basically gid Brazil the first 2 last night. Obviously they added the third, but even when you go back to the Morocco game, first minute or so at game, they just play the ball over the top, easy, straight through, finished 1-0 down already. So in that aspect, yeah, I think in between the goals, I think Scotland have looked well against it. They played all right against Morocco overall, and I think they played all right in patches against Brazil, and they kind of tried to take it to them. But the frustrating thing will be they gave them all the goals. It was just from your own mistakes, which, against the better opposition, they're going to punish you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the worrying thing for me with Scotland. They've given themselves. They're saying 50-50 last night, weren't they? Chance of going through. Yeah. I don't think it's 50-50. I can't see Scotland going through now. I really can't.
I looked at that league table. They put a league table of the third place teams, didn't they? And they're very much on cusp if they're going to make it or not. But I think the problem is, and I've been a big fan of Steve Clarke, the manager, because he coached at Liverpool, didn't he, Steve Clarke?
Yeah,
at one point, under Kenny. But he's quite defensive. And even when they were 1-0 against Morocco, in the last minute, Scotland had a corner and the keeper wanted to go up. Last play of game, wanted to go, to do an Allison, you know what I mean? And he said, no, stay back. You 1-0 down. Yeah. If you scored from that corner, you're through. That's 4 points. I'd have got you through. Yeah. So I think Steve Clarke, he has to let the reins off a bit more sometimes.
I also think, though, to be fair, Scotland have been unlucky. I mean, they should have had, was it 2 penalties they should have had so far in this World Cup that they got turned down?
Yeah, there were a couple against Morocco, weren't there, which could have gone either way, I thought. It's one of them, though, you don't want to be relying on refereeing decisions, do you?
No.
I think overall Scotland will probably be disappointed. I mean, hopefully they make it through in the third place thing, but it's going to be tight, innit? I mean, they're lucky as well, because they had that goal disallowed last night, which very lucky that were given as a free kick. So I saw it when he kicked and I thought, oh, wow, it's not enough for a free kick. And when VAR got involved, I was quite surprised, to be honest with you.
I think VAR has been brilliant in this World Cup. I can't fault it at all. I don't understand why the Premier League takes so long to make decisions, because they haven't messed about, have they, in the World Cup, to be fair.
I like the, when they quickly decide if it's a corner or not. I think that's really good, because so many times you watch the games back, obviously, in Premier League, and they're like, oh, it's a corner, which it shouldn't have been. Should have been a goal kick. It's like, well, surely VAR could literally go 2 seconds, boom, it's a goal kick, or it's a corner. Exactly. So that's been really good. Obviously, the hydration breaks have been a massive contentious thing. What's your thoughts on it, mate?
For me, I think it's a catch-22, isn't it? You've got to have a sort of break because of the heat. I mean, look what happened with Ericsson and people like that in the past. If you've got some sort of medical problems, the heat's going to affect you, isn't it? So I can understand it. But on the flip side, I was watching, was it Roy Keane or somebody was saying about I think it might be Joe Hart, the delaying the play because the hydration break's coming up. So it's like, if you're going to do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, don't do it. It's like, it's the 27th minute, you can't have your corner. It's hydration break. For me, that's a bit stupid.
What's frustrated me with it as well, there's been situations when a player's gone down injured, which would be near the hydration break time. And and you see the players go over to get a drink to the manager. And instead of the referee going, right, we'll have a hydration break now, it makes common sense. You're down injured, they need a drink, just crack on. What they've done, they've waved the players back on the pitch. And no, wait, you wait there. 2 minutes and we'll have a hydration break. I saw one over there, referee literally told players doing it in 2 minutes. So then they restarted the game after the player obviously got back up, played 2 more minutes, then went for an hydration break. Worked that one out.
It's madness. That's what I mean.
It's just common sense. I'm just like, just go for the hydration break.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
The other argument is a lot of the stadiums, like I remember in England's first game, it was one of them dome ones where the roof's closed, air conditioned, around 20 degrees. You don't need a hydration break in them conditions.
No.
I understand the point. I think Tom Tuchel, he mentioned it and he said he asked FIFA why we have an hydration break in these conditions. I think they've said it's for like integrity at games. So if you've got to have it in one game, you've got to have it in every single game.
Yeah.
But to me, that's just an excuse to get the ad breaks in. I'm going to be honest. You know, pretty much most countries have sold ad breaks, haven't they, for them, apart from, I know we haven't, but a lot of America and stuff. I think Duncan Cop Talk, he said in Spain, they've even got ad breaks in when it's hydration breaks. What is good, though, have you seen when they do the little bits of analysis in hydration breaks? No, that's not been too bad, to be fair, to try and add something different to it.
Yeah. Tell you what I've been enjoying, I don't know how often she's done it, is that Emma Hayes. When she's been doing her analysis and stuff, I've enjoyed that. She's quite good up her, isn't she?
Well, she's a massively decorated manager, isn't she? You know, what she did at Chelsea women. And then she's manager at States, isn't she? USA women's team. I was gutted she didn't stick around for England job, to be honest, not women's England job.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been a natural kind of route for her into international football. But yeah, she's been a good addition. I think, to be honest with you, I think the ITV coverage has been really good.
Yeah,
I usually prefer the BBC coverage when I watch the most tournaments, but I have to say I've been really impressed with the ITV one this time.
Yeah, I have as well. I think she will get the England women's job once that is it Serena Wiegman or something like that. Once she goes, I think Emma Hayes will get the England job. I think she's next.
Yeah, it depends what she does with America, though, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Is she just still doing the women's team, or is she actually part of the American Football Association or whatever you call it?
She's manager of the USA women's team.
Yeah, but is she more than that as well, though?
I'm not too sure, mate, to be honest with you. I know she manages them, but I don't know what else she does. Like, you know, part of the job. I don't know what it involves, to be honest with you.
Yeah. What did you think of Duncan Ferguson last night on the Scotland game? He makes me laughing. He really does. Did you hear what he was saying about some of the players were an absolute joke and they're taking too long to shoot stuff?
I hadn't seen it, to be honest with you. I hadn't seen it.
He really does make me laugh.
You know what? I saw a video of him and Roy Keane playing basketball the other day, and Duncan Ferguson's running around with his long limbs everywhere trying to do it. Are absolutely howling.
Yeah, he does make me laugh, Duncan Ferguson. He's a complete and utter madman.
Yeah.
Do you want to break down what you've thought of players of each group so far?
Yeah, I can do it.
I was thinking because originally we'd give our predictions, didn't we? Of who we think could play with the group, and I was wondering if have you still got the notes for that?
Not on me, but I've got the league tables up here, so I can see which teams are in which.
Because I can't remember exactly who we picked, but then again, if you said the teams, I'd probably remember.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see where we were with our predictions before the World Cup started.
Probably not good. Like I said, my team to watch was Senegal, and they're having an absolute shocker so far.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, look at some of the teams. Like I said, I think Germany haven't looked amazing. Though I know they won 2 out of 2. I don't think they've looked that good. To be honest with you, Germany.
No, I think Florian Wirtz has done well. He was one of our predictions, wasn't he?
Yeah. You know what? Go on, sorry, mate.
Isak as well. He was another one of our predictions. He's done well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done really well, Isak. I was talking to Adam about him the other day, and I'm just so happy he's gone. He's played a couple of warm-up matches. He's in team training. He's kicked on. He scored the goal in the warm-up game. He's kicked on. I think he's got 3 assists now and a goal over the 2 games. But even when they got beat by the Netherlands, I thought Isak was the one who was trying to do something to try and get him back into the game. But to be fair, I think the Netherlands have looked good, and Cody Gakpo especially.
Yeah.
Looked really good.
Talking about Germany, I thought they were really, really lucky against Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Was it like 91st minute winner or something?
Yeah, they got that Undav who come on, didn't he? He used to play for Brighton, getting 2 goals. You know what? Yeah. It's funny. I watched a game with me, and I said, when Undav come on, I said, you know what? I don't rate him at all, but every time I watch him, he scores. I don't rate him. He comes on and bags 2 goals. Like, you couldn't write it, mate.
So if we're talking about Group A, the Czech Republic have been by far one of the worst teams in the World Cup so far for me. I think they've been really poor.
You know what? I don't think I've seen any of their games. I've seen the results and stuff, but I don't think I've actually. I think I watched the second half against South Africa when they drew. But to be honest with you, I want up until South Africa's last game, I want to impress with them either in that group. But Mexico have looked. I think Mexico grew into it. You know, I think one of host nations as well. It's good. I like it. It's good when the host nations are doing well because it gives that more appetite, doesn't it, with the tournament? But Mexico through, South Africa in second as well. I thought South Korea struggled though as well. To be fair,
we thought they'd do all right, didn't we? We fancied them to go through, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought it'd be them and Mexico, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but I've got a soft spot for South Africa because I love the 2010 World Cup, in South Africa. So I'm glad they've gone through, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was surprised with that. I mean, all 3 of the hosts have gone through, haven't they? Which, like you say, is really good. Group B, Switzerland have gone through, aren't they? Is it Switzerland and Canada?
Yeah, Switzerland and Canada, and I think with 4 points, Bosnia will probably go through as a 3rd place team as well. I think Canada will be a bit gutted because if they won that group, they'd have stayed in Canada for quite a few of the rounds. But I think now they've finished second, they're not guaranteed to stay in Canada for their matches. So I think that for them that might be a bit disappointing. But yeah, Switzerland, they're a good team. Switzerland though, very underrated.
Yeah, Mbolo was one of the players.
Yeah, he's a really good player.
Brilliant.
Did you see what happened with the Canada and Qatar game?
I watched the highlights.
Well, you know what? I stayed up and watched that game. So I was late from training that night, having some late food, and I had no thingy when I put a mouthful in, and that's when it showed you the guy's when his leg broke.
Oh,
I'm like, I don't want to eat that.
No, that was awful.
Yeah, he's got a 5-game ban now, hasn't he? That Qatar player who broke his leg.
Is he?
Yeah, the guy who did it. He's got a 5-game ban. People say it's harsh, but obviously he's not intended to break his leg. But you could see he's gone to kick through him. He's kicked through him on purpose. He's meant to leave one on him. So, but yeah, I'm glad Canada's gone through. But they'll be gutted they didn't get that result again. I think they only needed a point against Switzerland as well. If they drew that last game, I think they would have won their group, which would have kept them in Canada. But it is good they've gone through.
Yeah, they're playing. Is it Los Angeles? He was saying last night.
Is that what they were saying?
I think they're playing in Los Angeles.
I mean, to be fair though, whoever they play, you would presume Canada could still take a lot of support to because geographically it's not a million miles away. No. But they'd have preferred it to be in Canada, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Is he actually Canadian or American, their manager, that Jesse Marsh?
I think he's American, I think.
I thought he was American, but he had like a Canadian twang last night when I was watching his interview.
Yeah, it's probably acting, mate. I'm sure he's American. I'm sure he's American.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's Group B. Group C, we've briefly talked about. That's Brazil, Morocco, my team, Haiti. Everyone was laughing at me at work about that.
Oh, is that you got Sweden today?
Random draw. First
I'll
team.
be like, recount now, redo this draw now.
Yeah, they were the first team out of the World Cup, weren't they? So they've been taking the piss out of me, some chronicle at work. So yeah, it's basically Group C, Brazil and Morocco, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, they're two very good teams, but they're very different. Where you look at Brazil's Ancelotti, they kind of sit in and then they hit them on counter attack. They use the pace out wide. You know, they've got players like Rayan, Vinicius Junior, even Cunha up top as well. Where Morocco, I say they're more of a well-built, oiled team.
Yeah.
But I think they're both top 10 in the world, I think. And yeah, to be honest with you, I thought Morocco were unlucky not to beat Brazil in the opening game. And obviously they got the business done early doors against Scotland. Scotland would be disappointed they couldn't just nick that extra point, which would have guaranteed them through. But obviously there's still a chance, but it's very unlikely. Due to the goal difference, I think it's quite a low chance now, isn't it, for them to go through?
I tell you what surprised me last night. Ancelotti was singing the Brazilian national anthem.
Yeah, I thought that.
I thought, what the hell's going on here? Surely he should be singing the Brazilian national anthem. I mean, I get this team spirit and all that, but isn't that disrespectful to Italy?
You know what? I did see it, and I thought, if it were any other country, I don't think I'd have questioned it, but the Italians are proper, like, you know...
Yeah, exactly.
Patriotic.
In the World Cup.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And like, you'd have, yeah, if it were like an Englishman, well, to be fair, he's got his assistant, hasn't he? Paul Clement. He's from England, and I think he's followed Ancelotti most of his career. But not side note, anyway. But yeah, it did surprise me when Ancelotti was singing it.
Yeah, it surprised me. Like, I had to take a double take. I was thinking, is this actually happening?
Yeah.
Unless he's got Brazilian ancestors or something. I don't know.
Not too sure, mate.
Now we're on to Group D. USA have really impressed me.
USA. Yeah.
Ex-Arsenal.
Yeah. Well, did you hear the story about how he qualified to play for America?
No. So
obviously his parents, I think on one side of his family, there's like some other country answer. I don't know what it is like, but they actually lived and he was brought up in England. But his mum travelled to New York when she was 7 months pregnant, and they wouldn't let her fly back while she was pregnant.
Right.
Quite late on, so she had to wait until he was born in America. Then when he was 2 months old, they travelled back to England, and because of that, he's got dual kind of citizenship, and that's why he could play for America.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's the only reason he could qualify for America, is because whoever it is at the border force were like, no, you're too far gone. We can't risk anything happening. Yeah.
I should have done that with my missus, you know. If I got her pregnant and went over to Spain and she had a baby in Spain, I could have lived in Spain then, couldn't I? And not have to I would have been dual citizenship. And now I've got to get back in the EU. That's what my plans are, is I want to move to Spain.
I'd love to move to Spain, man.
It's so expensive. It's like 20 grand each to get into Spain. And you've got to have a job as well. I mean, you'd be all right because you've got all your qualifications. I'm useless.
Yeah, you know what? I think if I didn't have any like ties and responsibilities here, I'd have set up shop in America, in Spain. Sorry for it. Yeah.
I'd love to live there. Who else has impressed you in Group D? To be honest, I haven't really watched much of any of the Group D games. Well, obviously the highlights, but
I think in Group D they've got one of the biggest underachievers in Turkey. Like, Turkey would have been one of the favourites to win that group. They've got some fantastic players. You think Yilmaz, Kolonoglu. They've got the lad at Real Madrid as well, and they got beat by pretty much everyone so far. They've got 0 points. They got beat by Australia. Then they got beat by Paraguay as well, which for Turkey, they'd have looked at that group and gone, it's not a bad group, that.
No, so they're out as well, aren't they? So USA and Australia through, yeah?
Well, they've got another round of fixtures, so USA are definitely through. But Australia and Paraguay are both on 3 points. And I think they play each other next, if I remember correctly. So that'll be like basically a winner takes all going into the last game. I'm sure they played. I'm sure, is it which was Group D? Can't see from. Yeah, Paraguay, Australia. Yeah, that they played each other in the last round.
I'll get the fixtures up just in case we're missing some.
So yeah, that'll be spicy. That winner takes all.
Yeah.
Then again, if they both draw, they're probably both guaranteed to go through anyway, because one will get second spot and one will be on 4 points. They'll both be on 4 points, so the one will finish as third, which would be Paraguay on goal difference.
Yeah.
4 points should be enough to go through as a third place finisher. Do you think that's why we've seen a lot of draws? I know you said we've seen a lot of draws, but do you think that's why? Because teams know that even if they don't get top two, if they get a win and a draw out of the free game, there's a high probability you'll get through as a third place.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think what their thoughts are is, like you say, get the win, get a win as quick as possible, and then get a draw.
Yeah, nick a point somewhere else.
So tonight, at 9 o'clock, you've got Caraco, or whatever, I can't pronounce it. And
Curacao it is. Curacao, I found out afterwards, after we'd recorded last time.
Curacao?
Yeah, that's how you say it.
At 9 o'clock. And then also at 9 o'clock, you've got Ecuador and Germany.
Well, that'd be a good game.
Yeah, I think I'll watch that one.
Then again, Ecuador have struggled this tournament. See how they've got some good players, but they haven't been anywhere near the best. I think they'll struggle to go through unless Germany just sack it off now.
Yeah, and then at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's when your Group D games are on. So Paraguay and Australia at 3 o'clock, and Turkey and America at 3 o'clock as well.
Oh, what, to watch that Australia game as well? No, I can't do it. I can't get up at that time to watch that. I'm too busy tomorrow.
How is that? That will be 3 a.m., won't it? Not 3 p.m.
No, it'll be 3 a.m. It will be. Yeah, it'll be 3 a.m.
And then you've got Japan, Sweden, Tunisia, and Netherlands at midnight.
See, that group all to play for as well, really, because Netherlands are top on 4 points, Japan are second, also on 4 points, and then you've got Sweden in third on 3 points. So yeah, that'll be that group's kind of all still up. Really, obviously Tunisia on 0 points and out. But Group F it is, yeah. Netherlands, Japan, and Sweden could all still win that group. They're only a point between them.
Yeah, that'll be a good game tomorrow night. Norway and France at 8 o'clock.
Did you see Haaland when he got asked about that the other day? He said something like, "Oh, Mbappe will probably score and we'll lose anyway, so there's no point." But it's beatis, mate. I think Norway will look quite good though.
I like Norway. I think
Haaland's playing well, isn't he? I think he's got about 4 goals already, I think, which I know a lot of others have scored more goals. You've got to think Norway aren't exactly the best team in the world. They've got some good players, but Haaland's been fantastic so far. I like Haaland. I really wish he didn't play for Man City. I've been a massive fan of this for years.
Fine for England.
Yeah, Leeds, isn't he? He's from originally.
Yeah, that's where he was born. Yeah,
not a million miles away from me. That. That's where Adam is, isn't it? He's Leeds way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm proper Yorkshire, I'm South Yorkshire. I always wind Dunk and Adam up saying that, because obviously Adam's West Yorkshire and Dunk's North Yorkshire. I'm South, and I'm like, yeah, still City, mate. We're South Yorkshire is.
So we've briefly talked about Group E. Is there anything else you want to add to it? So that's Germany. Already. Ivory Coast and Ecuador.
I think we're forgetting about, obviously you briefly mentioned Wirtz, but with the other player we spoke about in this group was Diamande, because obviously the links to Liverpool. He's played really well, the bits I've seen.
Yeah.
I think in the first game, when they played, I can't remember what they played in the first game. Probably Curacao, I want to say. I can't remember what they played in the first game. But
it was Ecuador, wasn't it?
Oh, was it Ecuador that played? One of them two. I think he created the most chances in one game or something like that. Then I watched the Germany game and he played really well in that one. But the only thing I would say is not a proper right winger. You know, he plays on the left sometimes, he plays on the right. I think he's even played from middle at times, which in a way kind of probably suits us if we do get him because he can play multiple positions. And so when we signed, obviously, Munoz as well. I'm gutted he hasn't played for Spain. I know he's been a bit injured, hasn't he? So he hasn't played yet. It'd be nice to see him play. But I think they can play multiple positions. But yeah, Diamandes look really good. And I mentioned it with Adam the other day. I was saying, the thing is, I think if we do sign Diamande, you've got to remember, we're not signing a £100 million player now. They'll view it as like a 10-year investment on his career, I think, anyway. But yeah, he's exciting. Sometimes, obviously, his last ball's not exactly on it or he makes the wrong decision, but he's young, he's energetic, and yeah, he can get around pitch well.
What's your thoughts on that? Are you still thinking that he's going to sign?
Adam asked me this the other day as well. When Liverpool pick like a big player that won and they start bidding for him, I don't think it's very often we don't get him. You think Szoboszlai, you think Van Dijk, Alisson, even Nunes as well. When we decide he's our man, we want him. He's the big player for us. We've already done the hard grounds to convince him to come. We kind of know the valuation of him. So I think it'd be really weird if Liverpool pulled out now.
I've just made a video today, my thoughts on it, and I think it'll go through with £90 million up front and 20 million in add-ons. I think it goes to 110.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
What, British sterling?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, isn't it? It's a lot of money, that.
In euros.
Yeah.
He's probably about, what, 125?
I think you're seeing a lot. I think you're seeing a big poker game at the minute. You're seeing Leipzig saying, "Oh, we don't have to sell him. We don't want to sell him because obviously they're trying to get the best deal for him." You're also seeing Liverpool go, "Oh, well, we've got other players you could sign. Oh, we could sign." We're looking at, oh, don't just, reject shit. Think about it. You know what I mean? If not, we'll move on. So I think you're seeing a big poker game at the minute. But I don't think it's going to drag on though. I think it shouldn't. I don't think it'll be an exact situation.
I think Ivory Coast just need to get knocked out and stop messing about now. The longer they stay in it, the more it's going to get towards that 150 million euros they want.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like, if he just drags Ivory Coast at last stages, they'll be like, well, another 20 mil. But you know what I mean? Like, and then obviously, if he starts impressing more, other teams might start bidding. You start bidding more, and then it will be a massive price anyway.
I think we should offer Cody Gakpo an 80 million.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Gakpo's playing well, isn't he?
Yeah.
But you know what? I think you're seeing a lad who's playing with confidence. I think that's the difference.
Yeah, I think because he's so loved and so relied on.
Yeah.
And they play around him, don't they? The Netherlands. We don't.
What Gakpo does really well for the Netherlands, which he did the season we won the league in Slot's first season, he drove into the box because then the defenders can't touch you. Too much last season, he was trying to do his work outside the box, where it's like, mate, get into the box and then start, doing your little move. You know what I mean? Like, because then they can't touch you. You're in control of the situation. When it's outside the box, they're in control. When you get into the box, right, you can literally do whatever you want with them.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, we're happy with Diamande. I tell you what, I did skip across. I'm not sure, because I wasn't sure if we should talk about it or not. I'll give you the name and you just say yes or no. Thomas Partey.
In what sense?
Well, he's been charged, hasn't he?
Yeah, he should. You know what? You know what really winds me up with Thomas Partey is the fact that Jed Spence is getting more criticism for not shaking his hand than for Thomas Partey allegedly committing the crimes that he has.
He got charged with it though, didn't he?
Yeah, he's waiting for it. Yeah, he's been charged. He's waiting for a court date, isn't he? I think it's difficult because obviously obviously, I think a lot of people are saying, like, obviously, innocent to proven guilty and all that. But the serious allegations, it's not just one allegation, it's like 7 charges, I think. You know, and I think you've got a respect that Jed Spence was the one. What? No, I ain't shaking your hand, mate.
Well, they didn't even put it on telly, did they?
No. No, fair play to him, because I know I wouldn't have shook his hand. You know.
No. Well, he's been charged with 7, hasn't he, and 1 the other thing. But yeah, I didn't want to really talk about it, because you know what YouTube's like. If you start talking about stuff like that, they'll just flag your video, won't they?
Yeah.
Rather than just skipping completely over it, I'll just say I think it's disgusting. That's all I'll say. He should not be playing for his national team.
Well, it's same as Hakimi. Hakimi got charged the other day, didn't it? As well.
Hakimi.
Yeah, you know, Morocco, PSG defender, but right back.
Oh, yeah.
He's been charged. You know, I think, obviously, without going too much, I think when he gets to like a charge stage, that's when we should be like, nah, you need to sort whatever is going off out, get your court date done, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, they shouldn't be captains, because they're both captains.
Yeah. You know,
that's, for me, if you're a young kid watching that.
Well, this is it as well.
They can get away with it.
You know, they're all
role models.
They're all role models, and obviously, I come from. You know, I remember when I did my degree in sports science, we would go into primary schools, and we would do coaching sessions, and even at that level, they would think you're a superstar. They'd want to do everything with you. They'd look up to you, and we were just like sports students going in and doing a few sessions with them. So imagine how highly they rate these lads on footballs on TV. Exactly. You know, it's eye opening how much they look up to like anyone who's in that kind of sector.
That's what I mean. For me, it's wrong, but we won't dwell on it. We'll move on to. We're on our F. We've covered a lot of F, haven't we? We've talked about Netherlands. What have you thought about? We've touched on Sweden. What about Tunisia and Japan?
I've been really surprised and pleasantly surprised with Japan. Like I said to you off camera, they would have been my dark horses if they didn't get the injuries that they did. Obviously, they beat England a few months ago in a warm-up game, but since then, Mitoma's not gone, Endo's not there, and Minamino's not there. It's three big plays for Japan, but they still managed to, get through. They've got a couple of good results, and I think if they play anyone, obviously they drew in Netherlands in first game, didn't they? 2-2. Yeah. I think if they play any big team, I won't say they'll necessarily beat them, but they'll give them a good game. I'll tell you one stat. I mentioned it on the podcast the other day with Isak with Sweden. He's averaging I think around 36, 37 touches per 90 in this tournament. For Liverpool last season, he averaged just under 13 per 90.
Yeah, that's
like 12.9 or something like that. And I'm like, you can see how they're trying to involve him more and they get the best out of him. Obviously, he's probably a bit fitter now as well, which obviously contributes to that. But to be honest with you, I haven't really made much of Tunisia. I'm going to be honest.
No, I haven't. I have been impressed though with Isak in this World Cup.
Yeah, really impressed.
Do you see him playing more when Ekitike comes back? Do you think he'll play more as the striker, or do you think he'll play more from the left like he does for Sweden?
I think it'll be interchangeable because Ekitike will play out left as well. Isak obviously has got more pace than I'd say. Ekitike is a bit more intricate player where Isak's got that raw pace. But I could see him playing up left, or I could see him both starting. I'm just saying one will drift out wide, one will go centre, and just kind of build that relationship where they're comfortable to kind of swap and move around. So I think either could go out there.
It's like Adam was saying the other day to you that it's a bit worrying. We've got too many people on the left and only possibly Rio Ungamoa that can play on the right at the minute. And
even now you think all the attackers, it's not even just they can play whatever position. They're all right-footed players.
Yeah.
That's why I kept mentioning Harry Wilson's name after the season he had. On a free transfer, he could come in and be like Shaqiri signing. You know what I mean? Off the bench, Obviously, it depends what he wants to. If he wants to, I know he's going to leave, but he may want to play week in, week out and stuff. But I think someone like that could have come in. He knows the club well. He would class as homegrown. We're coming through the academy as well. I think he'd have come in and been a really good option for us off the bench.
Yeah, I think he would have been perfect for Iriola as well.
Yeah.
So on to Group G. You've got Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. I don't think it's been an interesting group, this one. I mean, Salah's got his first goal, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
I think Belgium, like, they've struggled, haven't they? You know, once again, they've never really turned up at a major tournament. I think they're actually the only team what was once ranked number 1 in the world. I've never won the World Cup or something like that. So I started earlier on. Because a few years ago they were ranked number 1, weren't they? When they had that golden generation. But when it comes to the major tournaments, they never turn up. But I think it's been good to see Iran have looked quite good. They took it to Belgium. I think Taremi's a good player. You know, I know he's played in Europe for quite a few years, hasn't he, Taremi?
Yeah,
he's a good striker. Him. But yeah, Egypt are doing well. Down for how I think they're the most decorated African team, aren't they, Egypt?
Yeah.
But in recent times, they haven't quite hit them standards. So it's good to see them having that moment at the minute. So yeah, hopefully go through. And yeah, it's more one of groups where you expected Belgium just to walk it, didn't you? But they've really struggled.
They have struggled. I think they're in trouble, you know, in the next World Cup, because majority of their top players will be about 35 by then, won't they? Like Lukaku and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
You know, De Bruyne and stuff like that. They'll all retire soon.
Yeah, they're an Asian team, aren't they, Belgium? A really Asian team.
And I can't see any decent Belgian players coming through.
The only one you'd say is Doku of recent time, but he's not like a kid, is he, now, Doku?
No. You would have to play him up front, though, surely.
Yeah. Did you see the criticism of Doku the other day? About him going out for his partner getting birth?
You can't criticise that, really, can you?
Yeah, he did an interview. He did an interview, didn't he, saying, "Oh, if my missus goes into labour, she's due soon. I want to go home and be there for birth. You know, it's my first child and that." And he got slaughtered online. Like, not even just online, but I think I don't know what nation it was, but there was a female presenter. I think it might have been a French one. She's been like took off the broadcasting team now. She went that critical of it. So, but I think he missed the last game, and that's when he went home anyway. And he had, I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, but I think for me it's one of them. I was talking to my mate the other day. Obviously, 20 years ago, there wouldn't have been a discussion. People would have just played anyway. But in recent times, obviously, it's different. I think as long as the player and his partner have got a plan, and it's agreed with the FA of their country, like, obviously, if you're going to miss that much time, they might not pick you, or, you know, they might have got a contingency man in place, like they've got other players available and stuff like that. It's all like, and everybody knows the score and all this. There shouldn't really be an issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as everybody's on the same hymn sheet, you know, some players would be like, I want to go. Some players would be like, as long as I know my partner's safe and she's got a support network around her, they'll stay. So yeah, as long as they know they've made a decision between them, I don't really think you can criticise, to be honest with you.
No, I don't. I think it's stupid. At the end of the day, I don't know about you, but I've been there for every single one of my kids being born. I think it's the most proudest, most passionate moment of my life.
I've got no kids at the minute, man. I'm not lying to you.
No, but I mean, if you were to have kids, you'd be there, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm getting to that age now where soon we'll probably be looking at that kind of thing. So yeah, it's not even that though. I think this other day, it's also I'd want to be there to make sure my missus is okay, because obviously you never know what health complications there could be. Exactly. So yeah, I'd want to be there for that as well, to make sure she's okay as well.
Yeah, definitely. So on to Group H. This one's been interesting for me. Well, this is Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. I've enjoyed this group from what I've seen of it.
Yeah, I watched. What did Spain play? Were it Cape Verde in the first game? I think it was.
Cape Verde, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to finish 0-0.
0-0, yeah.
And I watched the Euro. I watched Spain Saudi Arabia as well, which were like 4 or 5-0. Quite a boring game, to be honest with you. Spain did that thing, when Spain get a couple of early goals, they just start tick-tacking it everywhere. They're just passing. As Spain do. But the Uruguay Cape Verde game, which was 2-2, were an absolute cracking game, unbelievable game. I meant to go big, so I'm working next day, and it kicked off at 11. Mate, I stayed up to 1 in the morning to watch it. It was that good.
Bloody hell!
I was knackered the next day, but it was worth it because it was a cracking game.
It is worth it when there's a decent game on.
See, I was originally going to stay up for the Uruguay Saudi Arabia game. I did stay up, but it was that boring, that one. I fell asleep on sofa.
There is quite a lot of them that have been boring, isn't there?
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
A lot of 1-1s and 0-0s. What have you made of Uruguay?
Very. I expected so much more from Uruguay. They're in danger of not going through now because their next game's Spain, isn't it? So
that'll be a hard game, that.
I think a lot of people are saying that. Well, I didn't really know this, but it was apparently Bielsa's fell out with a lot of the players. He's fell out with the fans over the last 18 months to 2 years, where the relationships just like subsided. And I'm thinking, why is he still there? Why is he still there? But yeah, they've not been amazing. They've looked. They've turned it on a bit against Cape Verde to equalise and go back in front, but then obviously Cape Verde come back into it. But I thought they were really poor against Saudi Arabia, like really poor.
Yeah. They even brought Suarez out of retirement, didn't they? Which I found strange.
Well, I think what happened from what I understand, I think the reporter said the other day he did come out of retirement, but then he made himself available for selection, but then Bielsa didn't take him.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's what they said. Well, I know in the last game he was sat watching in stands, and every time they scored, they kept putting camera on Suarez. Like, mate, I hate that, mate. You watch a game, and there's like somebody famous who either follows them or like you watch Wrexham, and they've got the owners in crowd, and every time they score, they put the camera on them. Oh, put it on fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Drives me insane.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really drives me insane.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got to give a nod to Cape Verde, really, haven't we? They've played, like you say, they've been played really well.
They've been fantastic. And they've got a chance going through because I think they played Saudi Arabia in the last game. So if they can beat them, they've got obviously they'll have 5 points. So that would be at worst enough for a third place. I think they could have even finished second. See, I think the problem's going to be for Uruguay. I don't think Uruguay will beat Spain. But then Cape Verde could do Saudi Arabia and then take second spot.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I said this tournament. I think there are a lot of question marks because they've expanded how many countries are in it, aren't there? And I think they thought there were too many games where it's like you saw when Germany beat Curacao 7-1. They thought there were too many of them results, but you've seen other teams come back and get digging deep, nick a draw there, nick a win there. And it's been quite refreshing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like I said, we've predicted that. I'm sure we predicted that there'd be a few dark horses in this World Cup when we did our preview show for it.
I think in Group H, I think we predicted Uruguay to go through. To be honest with you,
I think we did. I think we picked Spain top and Uruguay second.
Yeah. I tell you what, if Uruguay go through, they're very lucky.
I think Cape Verde are going to finish second. I don't know why.
I do as well.
Feeling.
Like I said, I think Spain will beat Uruguay, and then I think Cape Verde will do enough. Well, in that situation, Cape Verde just need a draw against Saudi Arabia, and then they'd take second spot, wouldn't they? So, I think Uruguay they're going to struggle.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. I keep getting messages.
Sorry.
So, Group I. This has been a really good group. I've enjoyed this one. France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. I would say this has been my most enjoyable group to watch.
Yeah, and I think as well, like it looks like two teams what have dominated this group. But if you actually watch the games, Senegal played really well against France, and I'm pretty sure Iraq come back against Norway and nearly got something against Norway as well. I think they come back to one, but obviously then went and scored again. Norway. In the first half with Senegal, they could have scored 3 goals against France. They kept missing chances. Then second half, France come out a different team. Elise went through the middle and started dictating play, and Mbappe got a couple of goals. But yeah, it's kind of been that France and Mbappe against Haaland and Norway type battle, hasn't it? So yeah, it's been a good group, and it's probably the only group so far where probably 2 of the favourites have just gone in and beat the other teams and gone, yeah, so we'll get the points on the board. We'll worry about it afterwards.
Yeah. I tell you what really impressed me, Ismail Sarr.
Yeah.
He's a good player. Really, really good player. I'd take him at Liverpool, me.
I'm surprised. With no disrespect to Palace, and they even Watford when he was there, I'm surprised no big clubs come in for him. I think when he were at Watford, there were a few bigger clubs sniffing around, but they couldn't agree a fee, if I remember correctly.
I think Liverpool looked at him, didn't they? But
he wanted
he wasn't guaranteed first team football because of salary.
Yeah, I'm sure we looked at him when they got relegated. But yeah, he's playing amazingly well. But for me, the 2 players in this group, Mbappe for France and Haaland for Norway, have just been fantastic.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, definitely. Right now, on to Argentina. Now, they have really impressed me. My pick to win the whole thing.
Messi's looked ridiculous, hasn't it? Messi's been ridiculous.
Yeah. To be fair, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan, they've held their own, haven't they, in parts? But Argentina have just been brilliant. Messi's top goal scorer. Broke a record now, hasn't he? 18. Is it 18 World Cup?
I think he's clear now, close. He missed that penalty, didn't he? And then it was like, he's missed his chance, and he went and scored 2 goals straight afterwards. So
it won't surprise me if he doesn't get 8 or 9 goals in this World Cup. I honestly think Argentina are going all the way to the final. He's like a contest, isn't he, Messi?
The only question mark will be is if Messi can physically last like the amount of game. Like obviously you've got to win 8. We'll complete in 8 games to go and win the competition. It's just at his age, when we get to latter stages, could he physically still hold it together? You know what I mean? That's the only question mark. But because they're through now, realistically going into the last game, even though he's trying to chase the golden boot, the smart move would be to rest him for a knockout round. That would be the smart thing to do to protect him basically for them. Because you've got the round of 32. Then the last 16, the quarters, and the semis and the final. Like there's another round in. So it's a long tournament.
I don't think the heat and stuff will bother him though, will it? Because he's already in Miami, isn't he? With
that'll be fine for him. It's more just it's just more just his age with the amount of games in so many days. It'll just be if his body can hold up. That's all.
Yeah. I think he'll be all right. As long as somebody doesn't try and absolutely take him out, I think he'll be all right. But I agree with you. I would rest him for the next game because it's basically a friendly, isn't it?
Yeah, the reason why nobody can take him out is because they can't get near him.
You
heard that on a football pitch where somebody's like, "Good, you think right? I want to bring them down, stop them," and they're just straight past you. After a couple of times, you think, "I can't even get close enough to foul you, mate."
No, my best mate was like that. My best mate at school was a fantastic footballer. How he never became pro, I'll never know. But he was also a 1,500-metre sprinter, not a runner, a sprinter. He would sprint the 1,500 metres. He'd finish it in like 9 minutes or something, 10 minutes. I've never seen anybody run it so fast. Where are we now? Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. What have you thought of Diaz? Let's kick off with Diaz. Do you think he's done much?
bit I've seen, he's looked really well. It's typical Diaz, like where he's always trying to do something. He's always trying to make something happen. He's always asking a question of the defenders. Yeah, that his final ball might not be perfect a lot of the times, but he does contribute with goals and assists anyway. But he's always asking that question. It's like when he played for Liverpool in the past, when some games would be struggling, it's like pass it to Diaz. Then he'll just try and manoeuvre something against 3 or 4 players and at least try and take somebody on or try and cause some havoc, basically.
Yeah, we said that, didn't we, in our preview show, that if it's going to basically be, if Diaz plays well, Colombia will do well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Uzbekistan haven't done great. Congo have done all right, though, haven't they? And then Portugal, like you say, they played too much about Ronaldo in the first game, and then they won 5-0, didn't they, in the second game? So.
Yeah. Just for me in that first game, I think Congo just got the tactics spot on. The ruffle, the kind of manhandled Ronaldo for a lot of game, and the balls just kept going into Ronaldo, and the defenders showed him no respect. They were kicking him, shoving him. They were, getting up close to him, really getting under his feathers. And like I said, in the second game against Uzbekistan, that they changed. I mean, it's hard because I looked who they were playing in the second game, and they said when it was Uzbekistan, I'm like, Ronaldo's going to score right now. He's had all the question marks surrounding him. But when you actually watch the game, it did seem like there were a bit of a tactical shift, and not necessarily Ronaldo's, they're not using him, but it's more they're trying to work out, because sometimes they use him as like a bit of a decoy. I remember when Mendes scored the free kick, Ronaldo kind of faked he was going to take it, then Mendes went and took it and scored. So it's like you can see, you can, and he took a yard, didn't he? As if he was going to do it, then he went in and shot, and like that's what I mean. Like it's almost like he's happy to be the decoy. It's like overnight he's turned into like a teammate. Like so, yeah, it was great to see.
Yeah. Got it. It's only took him 20 years.
Better late than never, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, no surprises really in that group, was there? We expected Portugal and Colombia.
Probably the only surprise you'd say is you'd think it may be the other way around. You think Portugal would be the favourites to go through, but them two play each other in the last round, don't they? So that'll be kind of winner takes all, really. I know Colombia only need a point from that to win the group, but Portugal will be trying to get that top spot.
I'm just looking now.
Yes, Portugal played Congo in first game and they played Uzbekistan in second, so they must be playing Colombia in the last round.
Yeah. Just try to find out when that is. There you go. Colombia and Portugal is on Sunday at 12:30.
Why don't good games on a stupid o'clock?
It's madness, isn't it? I can't wait till the next one. It's in Saudi Arabia, isn't it? That'll be awesome. Yeah. So that'll be like 2, 4, 6, and 8 or something like that, won't it?
The time difference isn't too bad, is it, for us?
No, that'll be brilliant, that. Right. So we're on the last group now, mate. England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I know a lot of people are surprised that we played so well against Croatia and then struggled against Ghana. Like I said at the beginning, I always thought Ghana would cause us more issues than Croatia, just because stylistically, Ghana offer it. They're tough to break down. They've got the ex-Man United coach as manager, aren't they? Carlos Puyol. And, he knows how to set teams up. That's why we brought him to United to help them in them type of games. And he did a job on Tuchel in England, didn't he? He just set him up. And to be honest with you, I think Pickford should have been sent off in that game.
Yeah, was that when he got a knock at the same time?
Yeah, so the ball went over the top. And I don't know which Ghana player it was. He's come from Pickford, just come out and into him.
Yeah.
And then after that as well, they went through the other side, and I don't know how that won a penalty on Konza when Konza brought him down. He just took it clean out. I'm like, I thought I was watching rugby at one point. But yeah, my biggest worry in that game was it wasn't the fact that England struggled to break them down, because that can happen in games. You see at Liverpool over years, people turn up, kind of sitting deep. We struggled to break them down. It was more the fact we kept getting caught on the counter attack. Ghana have got some really quick players.
Yeah, they
So
have.
that were a worry for me. But I think they said in the last 4 tournaments now we've drew the second game, haven't we? Some of
Yeah.
them. So, and in some of them tournaments we've gone far. So hopefully, it's nothing really to be concerned about. But Croatia, Ghana in last game, innit? So that'll be interesting because obviously Ghana on 4 points in second, Croatia are third on 3 points. So that'll be kind of another winner takes all type thing. But England just need to beat Panama to guarantee top spot. The frustrating thing will be though is if we beat Ghana, we could arrest the players.
Yeah.
Apparently, Reece James has picked a knock up now. Apparently, Declan Rice is struggling, so he's going to have to rotate a bit. But we still need to get a job done against Panama.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'm going to watch the England game. You know, I might watch the Croatia Ghana game because you're on at the same time.
Yeah.
You split screens, don't they? But
I might put England game on big screen and then get my laptop out and put a Croatia game on at the same time.
Good shout that. I think I'll do that. Yeah. So, what was I going to say? Was there something you wanted to discuss about England?
I'm just on the Sky Sports News app. Try to go a bit off topic. At the bottom of the table section, they've got a third place table position at the minute, and I think it's 8 out of the 12 will go through. Is it to next round? The top 8 out of the 12.
Yeah.
And right now Scotland is 7th, so they're right on the cusp of either making it or not. And
they were at 6th last night, weren't they?
Yeah. So now, but the problem is, Billy, but the teams below them, so Cape Verde, Belgium, Congo, Ecuador, and Senegal, they've all still got to play. So it's out there. It's not in their hands anymore, is it? But
to be honest, I'd be gobsmacked if Scotland go through. I just can't see it.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah. It'd have been nice for them to go through, but yeah, you never know. At least they've got a fighting chance. But yeah, I think we've covered everything, mate. What I want to say, I don't think there's anything else I want to mention. We mentioned Ronaldo, mentioned the hydration breaks, talked about England.
What have you made about Harry Kane in the tournament? I know he's got, is it 1 goal? But he missed a sitter, didn't he, against Ghana?
Yeah, he scored 2, didn't he, in the first game? I thought he played well against Croatia. I thought he was linking play up well. I think against Ghana, they marked him out of the game really well. They didn't, and he kept dropping deep trying to get a ball. But obviously, he had that chance right at the end, which it's one of them where this is why the strikers get paid the big bucks, don't they? To be that, and he's just skied it. It's hard because a lot of the strikers are performing, aren't they, in this tournament? I think Messi, Mbappe, Haaland. You're going to probably need close to double digits to win Golden Boot, which is mad when you think about it.
Yeah, it is mad. I think Messi wins it. He'll be the first player ever in World Cup history to get back-to-back Golden Boots.
Really? It's mad because I think when Harry Kane won it in 2018, he won it on 6 goals.
Yeah. He's already got 5.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the problem with Harry Kane is Tuchel's got a decision to make. Realistically, you'd want to rest him against Panama, so he's ready for the next round. But Kane will want to get a couple of goals.
And I'd like to see Tony get a game.
Well, you know what? When we were the other day when I watched the game, I was thinking we've got 2 strikers on bench. Put one up top with Harry Kane. Because we need an extra body in box. It didn't make any sense to me not to bring either Tony or Watkins on in that game. And you know what? If you're one of them strikers on bench and you need a goal and you're not getting even considered to come on, I bet you sat there thinking, manager don't rate me at all, does it?
They'd start thinking we're just here to make up the numbers.
Yeah. So I was surprised. I didn't think Harry Kane had come off, but I thought one would have joined him up top. At least then the defenders have got 2 strikers to worry about.
I think for me, the 2 players I've been mostly disappointed with is Anthony Gordon and Madueke. I don't think they should be starting me. I'd have on the left and keep on the right.
It's hard with Gordon because he played really well in the last warm-up game, didn't he, against Costa Rica? And I think even though personally I would have chose Rashford anyway over Gordon to start, even the first game. But I think Rashford's benefited from the game when it opens up a bit. He's come on. It's almost like Gordon's done the dirty work in the first 60, 70 minutes against fresh defenders, and then Rashford comes on in the last one. But I think Saka's not fully fit, is he? I think that's why you've seen Madueke start a few games. You know what? I thought Madueke were really frustrating in that Ghana game because he kept cutting back in. And it's like the one time he went on the outside and crossed it in, he caused them an issue. And it's like, if you keep doing that, we'd have probably created more chances.
See, for me, we'll go back to what you were saying before in the pre-show that we did before the World Cup started. Real Mo should have gone. If put Real Mo on his, where Madueke was, he'd have caused them hell at Ghana.
Imagine around 75th minute if you saw Rio come on as a defender, you'd be like,
yeah,
I would have run after him now.
Exactly. I think we both said it. I mean, you called it after the international, before the World Cup. You know, when he was in the, like, what did they call it? The makeup team or whatever they called it.
Yeah.
And then Semenyo worried me in that game. I thought Semenyo could have ended up nicking it for Ghana, you know.
Yeah. I think the other issue in that game for me, I didn't see the point of Jez Spence playing left back. So what kept happening was he'd get up 20, 30 yards away from their goal and he'd cut back onto his right. And it's not even the fact that defenders have got time to react. He's cutting back, so he's either going sideways or backwards. Momentum's gone.
Yeah.
Once again, we did it with Trippier for years. We're playing him at left back, and he's a right footer. It's like when you're trying to break a team down, you need to move the ball as quick as possible. Hence why you need your left back to be actual left footed, because at least then they can open the body up and just release that ball straight away. And you saw when Nico O'Reilly come on. I know he's not a left back, but he's a left footed player. At least then he was able to, he nearly scored it at the crossbar.
I like Nico O'Reilly.
You see, for me, the options, the two left backs, we should have took his aim on Lewis Hall at Newcastle.
Yeah.
He's a quality. It's funny because I remember a few months ago, I saw a Newcastle fan saying Lewis Hall is one of the best left backs in Europe. And I went, yeah. Then I sat and I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I think he's right. Like, really, apart from probably Nuno Mendes at PSG, right now, I think Lewis Hall is right up there. You saw when Barcelona played Newcastle and he was up against Lamine Yamal. He dealt with him, no issues. And if anything, he caused Barcelona more trouble going the other way.
Yeah, he did.
I think he's fantastic.
That's what I mean. And for me as well, I would have took Trent Alexander-Arnold. I really would. I know he's not had the best season at Real Madrid, but he can change a game in a heartbeat.
Well, I think the Ghana game showed why you need Trent.
Yeah.
When all them bodies behind that ball, you need someone with the quality and composure just to pick a pass out, pick a man out, or to do something. And also what kept happening in that game was Ghana sit like deep. They'd almost allow the likes of Elliot Anderson, Declan Rice to have the ball, to know, with all due respect, the quality on the ball isn't the same, isn't world class between them. No. They're more like robust players who can, get around the pitch. If you've got Trent coming into the edge of box, you've got to then close him down, and that opens gaps up.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
Yeah, and also the issue what England have got now is, I saw Reece James putting a couple of crosses in. I thought he don't look right. He don't look his usual self. No. Reece James is a fantastic player, but apparently he's picked a knock up now, which means we're down to bare bones on fullbacks, and he didn't take enough anyway. And fullbacks, like when Livramento had to pull out injured, calling up Trevor Chalobah is baffling, absolutely baffling.
I don't get half the stuff that he's done, to be honest with you, mate. I think what worries me is talking about Reece James, that lad that we've been linked with, Gabriel Paletta, he's supposed to be signing for Chelsea, isn't he?
Or yeah, I don't know if Chelsea, yeah.
what's going to happen to Reece James? Because Gusto's supposed to be getting sold, isn't he?
Well, I think with Reece James last season, he played a lot in midfield, and he actually said, because he played in midfield more, it helped him stay fit because he wasn't going up and down at right wing, fullback area. So unless they think right now he's just going to play him in midfield, and I actually thought is there a possibility England could put him into midfield this time? Obviously, it hadn't happened. But yeah, I think he would probably just end up going into midfield, mate.
So, what's your thoughts on the game on Saturday? What score do you think it's going to be?
I think England will win by like 3 or 4, mate. To be honest with you, yeah, I think Panama have looked good in this tournament. They've really dug in deep. But I think England will come out with a point to prove. I think they'll put some fresh legs into the team. I think Declan Rice, I think he's carrying on. I think you'll see Kopites come in.
I like Kopites.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, I think you'll see Jed Spence at right back, and I thought in the first game when he came on at right back, he looked really well. I think Saka will start on the right wing as well, and for me, I'd start Rashford on left in this game, and yeah, I think adding them in, I think they'll go out to prove a point and cement the group basically.
I'm going to be a little bit less optimistic. I'm going to go for a very, very lucky 2-1 win.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to smash them. I don't think we've got it in us. I think if teams don't come at us, I think we struggle.
Yeah,
I'm going to go for a jammy 2-1 win.
I just think we'll have that much possession that will just wear them down. And Panama, with all due respect to them, they're not like Ghana. They had the players built physically to deal with that job. They're really robust, physical defenders and midfield players who can sit in and do a job. But I think if Panama try and deploy them same tactics, we'll just move it from side to side. And I think we'll learn from that Ghana game as well, and where we need to improve, where we need to speed things up. And I think it'll be a comfortable night's work.
I hope so. So there's one more thing I wanted to ask you, because I don't understand it, mate. Right? So why are the coaches at half time, assistant coaches, basically telling you what they're talking about? I don't get that, mate. What is that a new thing? Because I've never seen it before.
I think the other year they tried to bring it in Premier League and they tried to get managers to do it, and it kind of like disappeared. And then when I watched England against Croatia, and they went, "Oh, we've got Anthony, whoever, the England assistant." No one, I was like, "Who's Anthony? Who is he? I don't even know who he is." And then they started, and to be fair, he started slagging off all players. I thought, I'm like, go on, lad, stick knife in.
I like that, mate. I'd do it in the Premier League, mate. I'd stick someone out there, let the captain talk or something. I just the first time, yeah, we were shit, mate.
The only thing is, what I'd say is, and I think this is why you're seeing the assistant managers do it, is there's only a 15-minute break. So the manager want to get the players in and give clear, concise instructions, where that's probably why you're not seeing players or the managers do it, because they're trying to fix things. Where the assistant coach, obviously, he'll be involved with that as well, but it's not all his responsibility to do that. He's probably going to go around and speak to a few 1v1 and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I think this is where you see the kind of Americanization of sport, where because they in their like obviously locker rooms, they call them, basically full access to media. They can just go in and grab players and interview them in their sports, and I think you're trying to see that in football. So yeah.
Do you think FIFA have told the teams that they have to do that at half time, or do you think it's just a media type thing? TV?
Well, I presume it must be part of the media package they bought. I presume where they've got to be available for interviews. I presume, mate. If not, I won't be doing it if I were coach.
Yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it? But hey ho, it is what it is. So yeah, mate, I think that's just about it. Is there anything else you want to discuss, or?
I don't think so, mate. I think we've covered it all.
So we were talking that we possibly might do something as well tomorrow. This will go probably live Friday. And then, but then again, if we're going to do something tomorrow, is this going to be better off going live tonight? I don't know. That's the thing. But anyhow, thanks for giving me your thoughts on the group stages. We'll no doubt catch up after the round of 32 and then the round of 16 and so on and so on.
Awesome, mate. Cheers.
So yeah, I'll as always, your link to your podcast is in the video description. So if you haven't already, go and check it out. Check out his YouTube channel.
One more thing. I started doing this the other day. I created a Substack. So basically the notes that, well, I kind of copied Adam's kind of what he's been doing. I speak to Adam about it, where he started doing some Substacks, and I write a lot of notes for my podcast. So what I've started to do is kind of bring them all together and upload them. So yeah, what I'll do is when this goes live, I'll just comment my link to it or something, mate, or send it to you or something. So if anyone will listen to podcasts, or if they haven't got time to listen to it and they want to read it on the Substack as well, they're more than welcome to do that as well.
Perfect. All right, well, thanks for joining us, and we'll sort something out real soon.
Awesome, mate. Cheers, mate.
That's right, guys. That's it for now. Take it easy.